Welcome to Never Done Project. Yeah, that's the name. We are the originals, the little YouTube channel on your internet machine. The best you've ever seen. Hit that like button now. Subscribe for a while. Comment what you think is true. Join our members crew. Only $4.99 a month. That's a steal, that's a stuff. On the wall by the road, you'll be a part of our family. No religion, talk no politics here, no controversial junk, no fear, no outlandish stuff, no way, just good vibes every single day. Don't need no inappropriate conduct here. No time for stupidity. And always try to have a good time and make yourself happy while doing something today you can smile about tomorrow. Only $4.99 a month. That's a steal, that's a stunt.
Carlo was first, said hello Pops, and R3, hello Carlo, and Papa Renzo, how you doing? Alex said 1, 3, 66, and 7. It's Just Ray said 4. Carlo said he had 3 ads. I hate to hear that, buddy. We do enable monetization on our lives. I do not like the fact that it does all these like long list of ads. I missed the day of a 5-second ad. And you were done. Now you get a 90-second ad and you can skip in 45 seconds. And I still do not quite understand. Give me just a second. I am checking a couple things here on the settings. Because our lives have been set as every one of our videos as autos and vehicles. What y'all think? Comedy, education, entertainment, film and animation, gaming, how to and style, music, news and politics. Yeah, we're not doing that. Non-profits and activism. Nope. People and blogs. Maybe. Pets and animals, science and technology, sports, or travel events. We're going to try people and blogs. Because I guess you could consider this like a vlog type of thing. We'll see how that does. But Robert Hersenberger said Randy Jr. Robert's first game was 114. Second game is 127 in bowling today. That is awesome, Robert. I don't care what nobody ever says. I'm proud of you, buddy. John said, oh, car. Hello, John. It's Just a race that I cook tacos for dinner, and all you folks are more than welcome to come and make yourself a plate. Sounds very tempting. I've been trying not to eat too much. Dad made me an egg sandwich when he got here, and gave me some string cheese, and kind of annoyed him because I hadn't felt like doing anything. Alex said just. Beat it! Ryan, VR6 Prodigy, said people really taste like copper. You didn't put good enough seasoning on it, buddy. Carlo said, sup, Ryan? Ryan said, hey, Carlo. Robert said, where is Pops? I smell paint, so I think he's working on the last sign. Not 100% sure on that. Do not quote me on it. I will tell y'all, though, Kane is shedding, and I need to sweep. Daniel said, happy Tuesday. Hello, everyone. Hello, Daniel. Happy Tuesday to you as well. I hope you're doing just swimmingly today, buddy. Let's see here. Sort by. Cool, we can close out the settings. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Justin Samuel said, a morning without coffee is like sleep. Happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful day. Well, I've not had my coffee for a while. Probably need to have a cup or two. But hey, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful day as well. TP underscore C01 said hi. Hello, TP. How you doing? It feels kind of lonely not having Dad in here. I need him to hurry up and get on back in here. Let's see here. Jason said chocolate covered strawberry pie or chocolate peanut butter pie. I'm not a big fan of pies. I might just have to go chocolate peanut butter pie. I'm not a big fan of strawberries. I like a strawberry milkshake or strawberry ice cream, but I'm not a fan of strawberry pie. But yeah, I might have to do chocolate peanut butter. Justin said, thank you for reading my comment. Look, if you can take the time out of your busy day, night, morning, evening, whatever it is, and comment on our channel, the minimum I can do is read and have a conversation with you. That's why we're here. We're here to have a good time. You got 1,440 minutes in every day, and we spend 120 of those minutes on this live trying to have a good time. Everybody's welcome. Well, mostly everybody's welcome. We've kind of learned our lesson on the whole everybody's welcome thing. But I'm happy to read your comment as long as we're talking appropriate stuff. Boston Bill said, hi guys in chat. Hope you all are good. Hope you're doing good as well, Bill. We're pretty good here. Justin said, I hope you have a great day. Thank you, Justin. Hope you do as well. Boston said, stay cool. It's a hot one. Yeah. Guy I was working with today, my brakeman. Hey, Randy, I just want to let you know that it's hotter than 40 hells out here. I said, yes. Yes, Richie, it is. Well, I guess his name's Tommy. I call him Richie. But I said, yes, sir, it is. He said, I can't wait for summer or for winter. I said, not me, buddy. He said, I need that North Dakota winter. I said, I don't. I can't move good in the hot weather now, much less the cold. Boston Bill also agrees. Peanut butter pie for him as well. It's just a race, said VR6 Prodigy. I don't taste like copper. I taste just like all bones because I'm skinny. 6.2 Big said Indeed Projects. Hello, buddy. How you doing down in the land down under? About, about an hour or so, or maybe further than that from old Carlo. My down under people are in here. Carlos said, sup, Bick? Falcador. Boston Bill said, I'd rather warm than cold and snow. I agree with that. Everyone's comment is always, well, I can always put more clothes on. I can only take so much off. You're exactly right. Me personally, I would rather be hot and sweaty than cold. Because look, last time I worked on a vehicle and I smashed my knuckles while it was hot, yeah, I bled a little bit, but it didn't feel like everything vibrated after I hit it. Baron from Ohio says, hello from Ohio. Hello, Baron. You know, I have an idea. Let's do this. Let's create a poll. We're going to ask, summer or winter? And we're going to start a poll. We're just going to see what our average viewer has to say. I'll go ahead and be the first vote and give it a summer vote. Oh, somebody immediately voted winter. Man, I better be careful. I don't need everybody getting riled up. If summer or winter wins, I would hate for that. Let's see. Let's see here. Boston Bill said summer with a nice, beautiful sunshine. I knew I liked you, Bill. I knew I liked you. Mike said, good evening. Cold is a bad four-letter word. I agree with you, Mike. I knew I liked you. Beth said, good evening, all. Good evening, Beth. How are the two of you doing? Mike, I got a notification just a minute ago that your video went up about the all Pontiac. Let's see here. Yeah, vintage Pontiacs, GTO, Trans Ams, and more. Hot diggity dog. Let's see. See what we got over there. Ryan said, hey, Beth. Hello, Beth. And hey, Mike. Yes, how is everybody doing over in the Knox family today? Carlo's on the same page as me. He says, I'm preferring summer. Right now, I'm freezing my butt off. Isn't it funny how we get this 100 and some degree heat with 90% humidity? We say, we can't wait for 70-degree weather, and then we get 60, 70-degree weather, and then we're like, man, I can't wait for 90-degree weather. You just can't make us happy, can you? Mike said, hi, Ryan. It's just Ray. Said, Beth, how are you? Happy Tuesday, and how was your day? Brandon said, hi, Randy. How are you? Where's Pops today? I'm good, Brandon. My tummy's a little upset, like I ate some cheese. But other than that, I guess I'm pretty alright. My head's still hurting me. But I'm listening to the doctor. I'm trying to wear my glasses all day today outside of a little siesta I took today. I have wore them all day. You can tell it has helped just a tickle on the headache, but not that much. I took some Tylenol and it helped just a tickle. So I mean, we're at a very moderate headache right now, but other than that, I'm good. Pops, I think he is painting one of the signs. When we walk out the door behind me here, I smell paint. So my assumption is going to be that he is painting one of the signs. Probably the never sign. Because the done in projects is, well, done. Let's see here. Beth said, hey, Ryan, hope you're doing well. Well, I just heard sound like a door. So you never know, Dad might have just shut the door. The roll-up door. Carlos, it's Mike. K Horgos-K said, winter is great. That's the best thing, is we all have our opinions. I like the way snow looks. And the way it sounds. But after that, I don't want nothing to do with it. I was walking through 16 inches of snow whenever I went back to work, and I said, this is for the birds. I'll take my 90-degree weather. Mike said, it's a whopping 7 minutes long. That's okay, Mike. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's 7 minutes long or 3 hours long or 18 seconds. A quality video is worth watching over on Lone Wrench Garage. Let's see. Carlos said, hello, Beth. Beth said, hi, DeRay. My day is better now that I am home from work. How is your day going? Mike said it probably took him 14 hours of editing, and it probably still sucks. Now, come on. You don't suck. It's, I will tell you. Our editing can stand to do something better. I could stand to learn a thing or five with it, and it takes me probably an hour and a half to make our videos. But I do a lot of fast forwarding. I do a lot of cutting. I feel like if we did more entertaining stuff, like, starting tomorrow, Fireball. Take a look at tomorrow, 4 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. We get to see what happened to Fireball this time. Because if you didn't know, we good at one thing, and that's effing up. So, yeah. Parts were delivered today at 3:30 at my house. And, of course, I didn't wait for them. They said it was going to be there by 9 o'clock tonight. So, tomorrow I will go get Justin after work if I don't get off late. And we will get down here and potentially, no promise on this, potentially, we could have Fireball done by the time Dad gets off work if I get off at a good time. We will see. We will check on some stuff and things. And depending on our moods and everything, we might go live while we do it. We will see. But Mike, I believe in you, buddy. I think what you're doing is good. You'll get your time. It's just going to take a little bit. Carlos and Beth, I hear you calling. Oh, and Mike, YouTube sent out a notification, I think yesterday or the day before, that they are changing the way that views are counted on videos and shorts. It is if you come on to a video, a live, or a short for one frame, one single frame, and there's 60 frames in a second or 30, one frame, and you click off of it, it's still counted as a view. Alright? So that could give a little bit of a skew on how many things are viewed of that nature, but they said that no other changes are being made to watch hours for the YouTube Partner Program. So I don't know if the 8,000 was such a long reach and so many people complained about it. I don't know if they're rolling that back. Hopefully they're rolling that back, because that seems a little excessive if you ask me. If they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. Either way, I hope to be here with you when you hit the number. Beth said hi, Carlo, and Spots99 said hello. What time is it there? It is 7:16 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Over here on the East Coast, it is Tuesday, 8/18, which it's the month and then the day. We're in America land, and it is 83 Fahrenheit in office here. And it is Tuesday. Just remember, y'all, life isn't measured by horsepower. It's measured by memories. Make your 1440 minutes count. We have to write that so I don't forget it. Let's see. Brandon said, hey, I was gonna subscribe on your other YouTube channel and put my name on the wall. That's up to you, buddy. The members wall's still up. We have 20 names up on the wall, and you would look good as number 21. $4.99 a month. You can go on the wall here and out by the road. The road, I got to do some more work. The road is full. So, well, full for the one block. I need to move over to the other block. But I can't wait till that whole wall is full. It's just Ray said, Beth, my day was really nice, and I just finished cooking tacos for dinner. John said it's 76 with 74% humidity. That's feasible. I can deal with that. That's still high humidity, but that's not 95 and 74. I can work with that. Mike said snow is only good one day, and that is Christmas. I can agree with that. Mike said, I'm number one. Where's Cootie? We won't sign videos. We won't. Excuse me, tomorrow's going to be Fireball. Never know. We might get the sign hanging this weekend. We will see. But I think Cootie's closing. I think she works till 10 o'clock for quite a few days in a row. But, yeah, I think the sign videos are doing substantially better than we expected, which is good. Brandon said, Randy, how's Justin doing? He just got home today. As far as I'm aware, he's good. I will be picking him up after work tomorrow if I don't get off too late. And we will dive into Fireball's rear end, and we're going to tag team it, see if we can get her done. John said 12-12. 11-11, make a wish. Hulk Hogan Stites said Hulkamania. Brother. Mike said it's plumb freaking greedy. It is. But every hour they milk off of you and me that they don't pay us is more money they get in their pocket, even if it's just $1. That's more money they get in their pocket, because they're only going to give us a couple cents on $1. Brandon said, hey, I did describe on YouTube channel. Going to put my name on the wall. If you are a member, I will put your name on the wall and out by the road. That is the big thing, Brandon. That is the contingency is if you become a member for the $4.99 USD a month, then your name goes on the wall and out by the road. Now, if you don't re-up the membership, your name does come down. Lotus said, what's up? What's up, Buttercup? I got my glass on. I can see now. Mike said, what's up, Hulkster? Logan said, Lotus said, is that a solo rando? It is. Dad's working on the sign. I think. I smelled paint earlier. Hopefully he's not seeing butterflies and painting my red truck. Mike said, what a deal, what a deal. That's the steal, that's the stuff. I hope that we can get y'all some more better deals here lately. Speak of the devil. Never mind. Must have been Kane laying down. Lotus said, ready to see that sign on the wall. What's up, Mike? Lotus, I'm ready to see it. Dad's been on me like white on rice and telling me that, we ain't going to get nothing done if you just keep laying around on the couch. You're exactly right, Daddy. You are exactly right. I apologize. But this weekend, I would like to see the sign go up. We have the lift. We have the technology. We have the threaded rod to go through the brick and mount the sign on there. We do have to figure out something because the never sign, where we put the screws in the top, we had to take it back off. We're going to try to take the letters out and repaint. However, the screws, all of them but two, completely broke, and all of them were rusted. Like that quickly, they were almost rusted apart. So we got to be real careful on how we go about doing this. Let's see here. Carlos said, sup, Lotus. Mike said, hi, Lotus. And Lotus said, what's up, Carlo? Lex said, 8 and 7. Lotus said, just wondering, did he say that while lounging in the chair? Lex said, 7 and 13. Brandon sent some waving and a peace and a waving. Hello, buddy. Let's see here. The poll is sitting at 14 votes. Summer is in the lead, 64 to 36. That's my people. I knew I liked y'all. Let's see here. Lotus said move it over a bit and blue tap cons. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. John said, is that a balloon in the doorway near the floor? No. You're seeing the white outline of Dad's chair, dog food, can for empty drink cans, and the balloon's still floating strong up there. So kind of surprised that balloon, here we are a month and a half later, is still floating. Mike said, I think the viewers are just as excited as you guys are to see that sign up. Well, that sign means a lot. That sign was bought by a donation or donations, and it feels wrong that we haven't got it up yet. But yes, I think that the average viewer is just as excited as us. The AI doing the shop and seeing the front of the shop, I know it's an AI. I know it's AI. But whenever it put up Never Done Projects with the bright orange letters and the black boxes, that looked good on the front of this building. So I'm excited to see it. We're gonna have to jump on it. Brandon said, Randy, like a dog treat for that dog? that horse needs a whole ass bag. We used to do a treat for him whenever he would go outside pee and poop. But he did real good about it. Then he'd get mad when you didn't give him any more. He went and pooped in the corner. But now he's doing substantially better. What he'll do is he'll come to the door and either he'll try to knock the door down or he'll whine. And he will take you straight to that damn door to go outside. And that dog loves outside. I said, dog gets too hot for this shit. But I did mow with the push mower today, so I am quick. Lotus said dog food, John. Doggy food. Carlos said now the 3 dots on the top of the screen is gone and I can't select all messages. Huh. Well then. That is very weird. My phone did that earlier. It did not show me the like counter. I could not like on my phone. And I could not see the 3 dots. What I had to do is I had to leave the live and come back. And my internet was really slow because I was on 5G. So now it's even slower now that I'm on Wi-Fi, but it functions. Brandon said, Randy, do you like winter? No, sir, I do not. I didn't like winter before the accident. Now, after the accident, things just don't move the way they should. John said, the doorway by the map. It's an oscillating fan, lol. Yeah, it was on top of the electric fireplace where you see the Milwaukee Charger and the spray foam gun. It was up there, but I moved it in front of the door. Maybe that can help push the air that the other box fan's pushing with the air conditioner. Maybe it can oscillate some cool air. I don't know. I'm just experimenting. Lotus said, I'm turning into a winter person. I'm over skeeters and humidity. It's going to have to get real bad for me to be a winter person, me personally. Now, a cool, like, spring and fall day before it gets 90 degrees and the skeeters come out, I could get behind that. I could. 60, 70, 80 degrees, well, 60, 75, somewhere in that neighborhood, sunny and 75, and a nice cool breeze, I could really get behind that. Maria is here and said, why are you wearing glasses? My doctor said, let's try a simple solution for the headaches to see if it helps anything, and let's try wearing the glasses. Let's just try them, see if it does anything to help, and if it does, great. If it doesn't fix them, then we're going to start going to neurology. So I tried them today. It has helped a little bit, but the headache is still here. Maria said, summer sucks. I hate summer to death. Well, I hate winter. So we balance out. Lotus said, it was freaking 100% humidity this weekend and 95. Yes, it was. I was talking to my brakeman today, and I asked him, I said, did you check the weather this weekend? He said he did not. I said it was 98 degrees with a 98% humidity at one point. I said, that is ridiculous. I said, again, the heat by itself is not the problem. The humidity is killing me. Mike said, sorry, Maria, I did not mean to do that. It's okay, mistakes happen. If they didn't, I wouldn't be here. Matt said, clean your office, clean your office. Cheeseburger wrappers everywhere, clean your office. Well, Matt, I'll clean my office by the time you get here and you start doing something to help with it. So, I mean, every message you've sent except for like 5 of all the lives you've been in has all been held for review by YouTube. So I'm glad you're finally saying something appropriate, as in clean your office. But I sure will. I'll clean this office to impress some loser on the internet. Lotus at 100% humidity. Isn't that water? That's what I thought. I thought it was the percentage of moisture in the air. If it's 100%, it's fucking raining. Maria said, if someone loving summer was in front of me and tell me I love summer, I would do something really, really bad to them. If you feel froggy, you jump. But when you limp back, don't get mad at me. Just remember, I got 100 pounds on you and I'm a little bit bigger than you. Lotus said, hey, Maria. Maria said, do what, Mike? Other Mike, Lone Wrench Mike accidentally deleted one of your comments. Mike said, Maria, do you have snow in the winter? Maria said, hi, Lotus. John said, skeeters are few. That's scary. Did you see a baby bullfrog in the backyard? I did. I think it was on one of the videos. I got distracted. There was a frog. Maria said, no, Mike, we don't. We also don't have rain we haven't had rain since May. Damn. Matt said, clean your damn office. The puke in corner and the cheeseburger wrappers everywhere. Please, if you can send me a screenshot to 1-800-EAT-SHIT. If you can send the screenshot with circles around the cheeseburger wrappers and the puke, I will send you $100. Mike said, that's why we hate winter here. It's because of the cold and the snow. The snow is so beautiful to see. I hate driving in it. I hate doing anything in it. And North Carolina shuts down. We do not do a good job on getting up snow and or ice. And the problem is not snow. The problem is a week before it snows or ices, they start putting down brine, which is salt water, water with salt, whatever you want to call it. And it's a week beforehand. So by the time the snow gets here, all that's done gone and on your cars. So if there's anything left, it just melts ever so slight, then overnight it freezes. They do not scrape or plow overnight, and if they did, it would make an infinite difference. North Carolina's government is booty hole. Maria said, we don't have rain for half a year. Damn. I guess the Middle East is very, very hot and like sandy, is it not? Brandon said, hey, I just came and remember going ahead and put my name. But you got to be a member to put your name. Lotus said he likes the snow. You can't spell snow without no. Ryan said, hey, Maria. Maria said, hi, Ryan. Apparently, the... Damn, where'd the poll go? Well, the poll disappeared on my computer here. Let's see here. Yeah, hold on, let me refresh chat here. Alright, it's still here. We're gonna end the poll. That way, if later we want to do another one, we can. But Summer did win 59-41. That's a lot closer than I expected. Let's see here. Brandon, I read that. Lotus said, I like the snow. Ryan said, hey, Maria. Maria said, hey, Ryan. Lotus said, I can't go outside right now without getting bit by a skeeter. If I go outside here, I get bit by a skeeter. While at work on the Raleigh Road, if I'm getting bit, I sure as hell don't feel it. I did throw a switch today. And whenever I unlocked it and threw that switch, about 6 wasps come out. And I'm like, man, if they sting and or bite me, I am going home. Because it is a reportable injury that I do have to go home. John said Lone Wrench Garage. That is what winter is here near Chicago. Ryan said, I love snow. I do okay, lol. Matt said, clean your room? No. Maria said, I want to see snow. It is a beautiful sight to behold. Lotus said, did you steal one of your dad's shirts? Should we call you Timu Randy Sr.? No, this is my shirt. Told Dad I probably should have stopped at the house on the way home and threw a load of clothes in the washer because I got 1 or 2 Carhartt shirts like this left, and they're super thick like a cookout milkshake, like I like thighs. And they are not good for 90-some degree weather on the railroad. They're good for the winter time because I don't wear a lot of long sleeves. But no, they're a little rough during the summertime. I miss my Blue Mountain from Tractor Supply. Speaking of that, unrelated subject, does anybody have suggestions on brand of shirts to potentially put decals on? Suggestions. Looking for ones I'm not going to spend $10 on each. Matt said, clean your damn room and stop wearing your dad's shirts. I would show you where to kiss, but that's on my OnlyFans. Lotus said, what's up, Ryan? Maria said, the only snow I see is in our fridge. Tabitha said, hi, guys. Happy Tuesday. Hello, Tabitha. How are you doing on this fine Tuesday? Or as somebody would say I work with, this fine Monday number 2. Mike at Lone Ridge Garage said, Matt, did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed today? He's mad because his mommy didn't get his binky for him or give him his warm milk. I think he might have peed the bed. Lotus said somebody peed in his weenies. Brandon said, can I donate some money? Absolutely. If you don't want to donate on YouTube, because YouTube does take a portion of it, that's you and yours. I have put a PayPal link in our description of the channel. If I understand PayPal correctly, you can send $20 and say, hey, if you got a shirt, I wear this size. Here's my name and an address. And one could perhaps mail you a shirt. Mike can pick a size. Mike can pick a color. I mean, we may or may not have just a silly little YouTube channel. Drugs would have been cheaper. One day or day one. I mean, you never know. Never know. Lotus said Wheaties. I got what you were saying. Mike said all government is bad. I agree. Lotus said donating doesn't get your name on the wall, only membership. That is true. If it was donations, we would still have a decent amount of people, but we would lose a lot of money by donations being what gets you on the wall. You do have to be a member to get your name on the wall and out by the road. Ryan said, the thing about winter, I have lots of clothes, and I'll roll a barrel next to my job and make a fire lull. That is a good solution. If I could do something of that nature, I would. I have been known to carry fusees, which is just the railroad terminology for flares. They're 5-minute flares, and I'll light them puppies up, and I'll carry them sons of guns around and warm up my digits. Jenny said, I was walking about you yesterday when you left. Oh, never mind. Was very helpful, thank you. Jenny, sorry that you retracted that. Mike retracted his. Lotus said, I have a mini solo stove I've been known to take to work. Okay, that's cool. There's guys I used to work with that would have like the battery powered like coolers that they could heat food up and cool food down. One guy put a can of soup in there and it exploded. Lotus said, I have a green Carhartt shirt like that. They are heavy for the summer. They are a little heavy than you would like in the summertime. Feels great in the winter. Carlos said, Minnie, you need a super size me stove for your horse, Lotus. Brandon said, did you get calls to get some clothes? I have not. But what I'm saying is if somebody happens to want a shirt and they send $20 through PayPal, USD, and in the PayPal instructions they tell me their name, their address, what size shirt, and potentially what color, a man could go get a shirt from Tractor Supply on the way here, a nice Blue Mountain, which I really like the way they wear, until we can get more bulk orders going. And one could potentially make them a shirt and send it on the way through USPS. Now, if it is out of country, we will have to talk about something a little different on that because it does cost a lot more to send it out of country. 2651 Productions official said, Randall. Hello, Logan. Ryan said, Gildan shirts are cheap on sale at craft stores like Michael's. I want a shirt like these Carhartts or like those Blue Mountains that I've worn those Blue Mountains probably 15, 20 times and washed them. And they've not loosened up around the neck. They've not stretched out. They've not shrunk. I really like the way they wear. That's the big thing about me, is I want the shirt to wear nicely. The Dickies shirt that I got, the dark gray, NDP on the pocket, and I think the drugs would have been cheaper on the back. One of the first shirts I made for myself. It's too long on me, but the neck, when I put it on straight out of the dryer, straight out of laundry, the neck is sagging down almost like it wants to be a V-neck. I don't like that. After that, started doing it, I don't wear that shirt anymore. And it really annoys me. If you're paying me for a shirt, I'm going to get you a quality shirt that I would like wearing, unless you suggest a different shirt. Let's see here. Annabelle says, hello, Peanut Gallery. Hello, Annabelle. Emma, how are y'all doing today? Ryan said, only time I wear Carhartt is if I'm cold. Well, it's either this or I have a couple other shirts I can wear. Speak of the devil and he shall be here. Lotus said, hey, it's Annabelle. How are y'all? Everybody was asking where you were. I said, I think he's working on the sign because whenever I walk out the door, I smell paint. Well, everybody's saying they're excited for the sign. They don't know who's more excited, you or them. Brandon said, I want to do it. If somebody does want to order a shirt like that and want to go through the PayPal route, please let me know if it does not work. I have never set up PayPal until I set this PayPal up. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing on this. I could not get Cash App to work. It says you can't verify your identity. So screw me sideways. Let me shave my mustache. So I went to PayPal. Again, if you know, those are options on PayPal, please put that on the PayPal. Otherwise, I don't have a way to send you a shirt if you send $20. Nicholas said, hi, how are you? We're good, Nicholas. I hope you are today. Annabelle said she's doing good, Lotus. Lotus said, that's great. Man, I miss Tony the Tiger. They're great. Ryan said, nah, Randy, you need one of them Milwaukee heated deals. My wife has one. Madison has one. She wears the shit out of that thing. Jane said, hey, chat, at a soccer game, so I can't participate in the party right now. That's all right, Jane. If you hit that thumbs up, I appreciate it. Lotus said, how's the new guy doing? Oh, you're talking to Annabelle. I was going to say, we don't have a new guy. Nicholas said, hi, Jane. Annabelle said, Matt, he's good. He's a keeper. Hopefully he's not that other Matt. I know he's not. Maria said, R3, what is your favorite anime? I really liked Solo Leveling. There was a handful of other animes I watched that I really enjoyed. I wish they would make more seasons of it. I really enjoyed Overlord. Let's see. I'll get you some of what I like. and I'll send them to you in a message. But I like fantasy type stuff, like knights and magicians, stuff like that. Yes, I am a nerd. There's no way around. I got the glasses on. I'm a nerd. But I do like my anime. I am struggling to find something that's worth the crap to watch right now. And I'm not very big on re-watching shows I've already watched. Ryan said, "Hey, Jane." Jenny said, "I was worried about you yesterday when you left your dad's place. I was just wondering, are you okay for what you was chatting about? And thank you for speaking out about abuse, men getting abused. It was very helpful. Thank you." Oh, I'm good. My wife understands that if she wants to F around, she's going to get found out. I wasn't talking about me. What upsets me is when people seem to fail to understand that men can be a victim too. I used to be a cop, Jenny, if you did not know, and I have seen the worst of people. Not a night went by that I didn't see somebody shot, stabbed, raped, find dead bodies cut up in garbage cans, kick a door in, and the guy's been shot execution style. You name it, I've done it. All right? So when somebody says that one specific person or type of person is bad and the other person's always the victim, I kind of get just a tickle heated, if you can't tell. But I am okay. Well, it's a loose terminology, but I'm okay enough. Lotus said, "I wish I had a big solo stove there, dope. That would be cool. Be cool as shit." Mike said, "That is cheap for a shirt, plus their top quality shirt also." That's the thing. If I'm gonna go, like I told Dad, we're wanting to get like a bulk order together. The problem being is if we don't have any interest, it's just like the stickers. If we don't have any interest and we go buy 50 shirts and we got $300 worth of shirts and transfers sitting here ready to go and nobody buys anything, well, we're kind of up the creek. We're out of money. So $20 for a shirt that, in my opinion, is a nice shirt that wears comfortably and that I would wear myself, I think that would be good. Long sleeves would probably have to bump it up to 25. Hoodies, I've not even priced a hoodie and or sweatshirt yet. But like I said, if somebody sends something on PayPal and says, "Hey, I want a long sleeve shirt, here's $25, I want navy blue," I'll make it happen, but I'm not going to buy something that I don't like. That is my big thing. If I'm going to put a shirt out there for somebody to buy that would be interested in it, I'm going to buy a shirt that I think I like wearing. Dad wants pockets. If you want a pocket, if you order a shirt, let me know. I will find you a shirt with a pocket. We will discuss it. If you need to, you can shoot me an email, neverdoneprojects@gmail.com. And like I told Dad, if I got to stop at Tractor Supply every day on the way home from work or on the way here from work and make a shirt and send it out, I'll do it. If it means that people are interested in this getting done, I'm going to do it. Lotus said, "Carlo, do you know what a solo stove is?" Oh, and if we do get interest and purchases of shirts, we have something in the works. We are not announcing it right now, but we do have something in the works. When it is announced, it will be a limited runtime on it. It will only be available for a short amount of time. Also, if y'all are interested in the stickers, I think we're going to do like a variety pack of all four for like $20. And again, that's me paying shipping and you're not paying taxes. Don't tell the government. Carlos said, "I think so, Lotus." Lotus said, "Portable, smokeless fire pit." That sounds cool as shit. Carlos said, "It's something you cook with." Duh. Lotus said, "Stainless steel." Fifth River Rat said, "How many flock cameras have you seen in your area that you live in?" I have only seen one. And it is in the small town that we're in right now. I don't look for them. Yes, I think they're a little bit of an invasion of privacy, but I kind of just say F it, and I just keep going about my business. If I really wanted my privacy protected, I wouldn't be carrying a cell phone with me. They're already listening to our conversations, tracking where we're going, and then they develop an app like Life 360 where it's to help you. And then they're selling your data on where you're going, how long you're going places, how fast you're driving, stuff like that.
And how long has OnStar been on vehicles?
Yep, OnStar's been on vehicles since the early 2000s. I have personally called OnStar as a cop and said, "Hey, This vehicle was reported stolen. Is it moving? Yeah, it's driving through here. Shut it down, and OnStar would shut it down. It was like a '07 Chevrolet. So just remember that stuff. OnStar is still in your vehicle. If you click the button, it will try to make phone calls even without the subscription. So just remember, the government is watching. The government is listening. It is only a matter of time before we get to that George Orson.
Big brother.
And Big Brother is watching. And before we get the thought police going. We're pretty much already there. Yes, 1984.
Yep. George Orwell, 1984.
George Orwell, 1984. It's a good book. It's kind of creepy when you read it and realize that's exactly what we're dealing with. If you ever watch the news, notice the news segments do not go longer than 2 minutes. Refer back to that book afterwards and report back to me. I want the report on my desk by Monday. Carlo said, oh, okay, cool, Lotus. Lotus said, go look up Solo Stove Carlo for camping. Ryan said, so as far as shirts go buy a couple Gildan shirts. I think they go for like 10 or 12 bucks. That's a 100% cotton shirt. I think the Blue Mountains in Tractor Supply are $8.99, or you can get 2 for $16. So I mean, by the time I get the transfers here and everything, or by the time we pay for the transfers, $10 with the damn shirt with taxes, we're not going to be making much, but every little bit is planned on going toward that announcement that I plan on making soon. If we start moving products like shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, I don't know if I want to do ball caps necessarily, but I would entertain it. If we start moving merchandise, then we will start the announcement of the next project. Lotus said, and yes, you can cook off it. That sounds awesome. Carlos said, sup, Poppy?
Hello.
DeRay said, Pops make a cow sound.
I did.
Moo. Carlos said, is it to keep you warm, Lotus? Lotus said, I want a shirt, NDP for the front. It ain't gay with your socks on the back. Ooh. Oh no, where's my chat GPT? Maria said you look scary in the chat. Make a NDP shirt design that says there we go. Let's see here. Oh my goodness. I am way behind. I do apologize. Lotus said, I have a heated coat. Best purchase ever. A guy we work with has a heated vest and we all make fun of him, but we're the stupid ones for being cold.
Madison's got one.
Yeah, but she doesn't work a blue collar job. It's just DeRay's laughing. Lotus said, ever. Brandon said, hello, Pops. How are you?
Hello.
Lotus said, they stay very warm, Carlo. Carlo said, I seen at Lotus. Some are very expensive, like $1,000. Man, bump that. Marina said, WR, or we can see that you are a nerd. That's okay. Annabelle said, Pop and Peanut Gallery, you remember the song you made for Bucky? I do. It's just DeRay said, you're not a nerd. You look very nice and great. Well, thank you, DeRay. Lotus said, yeah, my mother-in-law has the big $1,000 one. It's sweet. Maria said, Solo Leveling. I read it as Manham, Korean comics. I was going to buy the manga of it, but I wasn't about to spend that kind of money. Carlos said, cool, Lotus. Nicholas said, I'm doing well, normal day. Paying utilities, bills all day. Bump that. I hate that. Carlos said, you are Korean, Maria? Nah, she is Iraqi. Brandon said, when I want to donate some money for you, that is up to you, buddy. Nicholas said, paying, sorry, I deciphered it, you're good. Marina said, do I look Korean, Carlo? LOL, I forgot you never seen me before. I was going to say, you look like a fucking chow mein cat to me. Carlos said, honey, stir fry kitty. Jenny said, hello there, me. If you're not a copper, why are you not a copper? And what do you do with your job now? Then I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about yourself the way you was going on. I thought you said you was getting abused. God bless. Sorry, I was on the wrong end of the stick. No, you're fine. I have not personally had that issue with my wife. But I was a cop 5 years ago. For 4 years, I've officially been with the railroad longer than I was a cop. I am no longer a cop because the railroad pays 2-3 times as much. I do work more, harder, and will work longer to get retirement. But when you're working 84 plus hours a week, a paycheck, and after taxes you were barely getting $1,000. You can make more than that going to a fast food restaurant. I know. Before somebody says it, well, you don't do it for the money. Well, when I walked into the bank and said, hey, I'm a first responder, can I get a better interest rate? They laughed me out of the bank and said, come back when you're not broke.
Whoever says they don't do it for the money is a liar.
They're a damn
Everybody
liar.
wants that paycheck.
Yep. Without the paycheck, I promise I would not go to the work every day. It's just Ray says, I'm sorry to say this. I think Pops looks funny in a tutu. That might be what he wears for Halloween, is a tutu and a Speedo. Carlos
Well, I did think about putting me on a tube top and put some balloons in my chest. I mean,
they have fake
get
boobs to put on that we can just put on like a top, and then put like a really, really low cut top. I bet you we get a lot more views.
Well,
like that.
I mean,
if we get views,
females get a lot of views doing that.
Hell yeah, they get millions of views.
They showed her them cleavage and everything, and every once in a while lift her skirt to show a little kitty. That they get a bunch of views.
Hell, last time I did, I got put on the list.
I guarantee you, if I lifted my pants there and showed something, y'all would turn me in.
I would cancel you. I would deactivate the YouTube channel.
I just say something about selling peak pics, and everybody has a problem.
Yep. Carlos said, I'm only joking, Maria. Lotus said, did you get a haircut too, Rando? Those flockers are everywhere in Dayton, Ohio. Well, they're coming here. But yes, Lotus, I did get a haircut Friday last week after my doctor's appointment. Brandon said, hi, Pops. How are you?
Hello, Brandon.
Maria said, you met your wife on Bumble R3? I did. Online dating app. Lotus said, people keep covering them in spray foam. I support that decision. And Maria, if you ever want to know why I met my wife on a online dating app, it is because I don't go anywhere. Kind of hard to meet people when you don't go anywhere. I'll be damned if I'm going to try to pick somebody up at the bar, because that's how you get something penicillin can't cure.
You got the best visa ever. Why don't you just go?
Okay, the last time I went out of country and tried to pick a woman up and bring her back, they got really mad at me because they said it was only to get a green card. I said, Kenny's a lot cheaper over there.
The best visa ever. Why don't you go?
Because
just
I'm poor.
Go.
I'm poor.
Just go. Just go.
Maria said, hello, government. Are you watching NDP Live? I'm sure they are. Hazel said, ice cream man. Hello, Hazel.
Hello, Hazel.
Maria said, please arrest them. They're selling human meat. The last cop I talked to that said something about arresting me, I said, you better hope to God your backup officer's nearby. Brandon said, I watched the news. I stopped. Ain't nothing but bad news on.
Amen.
Lotus said the government has been doing this since the 80s, though they can also tap into bank cams and city cams and traffic cams. If you don't believe that, I have a video of a fatal motorcycle accident, motorcycle versus SUV that was caught by a traffic camera for safety. No, we know what the fuck happened because we could see the black marks. Carlos, the BRB, got to go shower. Safa is visiting at 9 a.m. I'm sure he's probably already back by now, but hey, enjoy your shower. Daddy with a capital D said reading glasses, golly. Yeah, I wore them all day. They are prescription, Justin. They're not for reading, but they do make reading this chat substantially easier. Real said hello, sir. Hello, Real.
Hello, Real.
Jason said Big Brother is so 20th century. The real threat is AI, especially one of those AI robots go online. That's why you're always nice to ChatGPT, and you're always nice to AI and bots, because if you're not, they're going to remember. They don't forget. Ryan said, no, go buy a couple to try wearing, lol. Then wait for them to go on the same for $6 each. If you like them, I could get behind that. Brandon said, how was painting, Pops?
Boring.
He didn't even take the camera.
I got it done.
Well, I'm glad to hear.
I just lost the parts, and now I'm going to get buy another one.
Parts for what?
The
D-rings?
Yep.
Damn. Madison said to Ellie, says, Riri! That's all she says when I'm around. And then whenever I said, well, come here, she takes off running. She wants me to chase her. I'm like, girl, Riri getting too fat for that. Lotus said, make fun all you want. It's cold out and I'm toasty. You just jelly. That's exactly right. Brandon said, Pops, did you guys say when Toby Keith passed away, he did several cups? I did not. Brandon said, can I donate it on YouTube or PayPal? It is your choice. If you do try it on PayPal, let me know and I can check PayPal. Again, I've never tried it before, but it's up to you, buddy. I'm not going to sit here and ask people to donate. It is your call if you decide to buy something, if you decide you want a shirt, stickers, or you want to donate. It is your call. I'm not going to beg you for it.
Well,
but if you send it,
$4.99 a month.
Well, that's what we've been telling Brandon.
That's the deal.
Is $4.99 a month, and he can be on the wall. Rio said, also, sir, do you see GTA 6 get leaked again? My excitement for GTA 6 ended whenever they wouldn't give us a GTA for 12 years. Marina said manga, Japanese comics, Mahana, Korean comics, solo leveling is Korean, not Japanese. I understand, but I don't know that how to say that name for Korean comics. I understand that the guy who wrote Solo Leveling was animating it and all. He did have mandatory military service, so he was just going to stop. I think they've changed their mind on that. Again, don't quote me on it, but I do understand it is a Korean anime, and I do really like it. I wish they do more of stuff like that. Lotus said, you look like you could be Korean food, sweet and sour Maria Kitty. You just come on. Whenever we invite you over, just don't ask questions. Don't ask why we got a giant walk-in freezer. Annabelle said Bucky's phone rang today, and that was his ringtone, and I kind of cried. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. Lotus said that's sad. It is. Daryl said R2, R3. Hello, Daryl. Lotus said, we miss him too. Maria said, Lotus, what are you talking about? Lotus said, I'm sure Bigfoot just hasn't been the same. I'm sure Bigfoot's lonely out there without him. And the skinwalkers are wandering around trying to find the next Bucky, but they'll never replace him. Lotus said, your picture is a cat. Koreans eat cats. They do. Lotus said, Ryan, you know what Rando needs for Christmas? Oh, God. Lotus said, what's up, Daryl? Maria said, Pops, you're not a woman. You left your pants, you'll lose all your followers. Exactly, that's the problem. But a woman does it, she gains millions.
That's what I'm getting at.
Daryl said Lotus and Ryan. Ryan said, hey, Daryl. Scotty said, hey, guys. Hello, Scotty. Jenny said, hello there, me. If you're not a copper, why are you not a copper? And why do you do your job now? Then I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about yourself. Again, I loved my job as a cop, but whenever the railroad, the pay that they were giving me at 80%, and it was actually like 65 to 70% while I was in training, was I think it was $600 more per week. Yeah, I'm not arguing with that. If it wasn't for the railroad paycheck, these dreams that we're having, this building and all these vehicles sitting around, besides the dually, the Intimidator, and yeah, if it wasn't for the railroad paycheck, we probably wouldn't have none of this. Maria said, yes, you live in America. You have the best passport ever. Why don't you leave the house? In all caps, because I am yelling. Yo-lee-hoo! The reason why...
I'm offended that she yelled at me.
The reason I don't leave the house is because every time I walk out of the house, I realize I am way too stupid for there to be this many people stupider than me. There's way too many people for me to be this smart. And because where am I going to go pick up a woman? I go to Target, she's already looking for shit she doesn't need, and most of them are married women anyway. But now there's this thing, it's a hashtag, or excuse me, pound Me Too movement, that if she figures out you got anything, she can make a claim about you and you lose everything. Was not worth it for me to go chasing women. Brandon said, Pops, you're going back to painting. Are you going back to painting?
No, I'm done with the painting.
Yeah, I need to be leaving here in just a second. I'm going to try to get called up. Beth said, you are just a tease, Pops. I'm still waiting on the feet pics. Oh, you wait. Next time he falls asleep, I'm going to blow up your messenger with pictures of his feet. DeRay said, gosh, Maria. Lotus said, Maria, we are poor too. It takes money to go places. It
Who
definitely.
said that, Beth?
Beth says she's waiting on the feet pics. Brandon said, Randy, can I ask you something? How are you been doing YouTube with Pops? How or why? If you're asking how, how long? 3 years. We've not quite made it 3 years. Thanksgiving Day will be 3 years we've been doing YouTube. Lotus said, lots of money. Maria said, but you have American passport. LOL, I'm just kidding.
But you got American passport. You can go anywhere.
I also have a really shitty attitude, and I am so approachable. Lotus said, just going to see the Randys for the weekend a few states over would be $1,000. I got bills. Exactly. And that's the thing. Going to Florida with gas and everything was $1,000. And we were there Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and left Saturday morning.
The gas, we spent just a little over $1,000, not including what we done to play.
Yep. Maria said, so Riri is Randy. Growing up, my grandpa called me Riri. Rah, rah, ree, kick him in the knee. And so I told Ellie, my little niece, and my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, she can call me Riri. Randy might be hard to say. And she has locked
Allie was.
No. Allie calls me Dad.
That's what I was trying to wonder why she did.
Ellie calls me Riri.
Okay, now I got it. I was wondering why.
My niece calls me Riri.
I misunderstood you. Sorry.
Lotus says she called you a Riri, man. I put the re in tarded.
Hey.
Maria said, Pops is eating apples? No way. We have cleaned up our diet, Maria.
Hey, look at my little lunch bag. Look. Y'all look.
I gotta hurry.
Light on.
Oh, speaking of this, you can show them afterwards. Lotus said, you gonna take that? Yep. Maria said, man.
I got bananas, banana.
Mahua.
I got grapes. Look at there. This is my lunch bucket to take to work.
It's my bucket bucket.
This
is what I took to work.
Look at there. Hey, I got something else in there. What is this?
In an Ace Hardware bag.
Oh, the apple.
Let's see here. Maria said, if I ever come here, I would not open the freezer. Ryan said, what's he need, Lotus? Annabelle says, who knows? Maybe Bucky became his handle. Maria said, because people don't want to see a man naked as much as they want to see a woman naked. Very simple. Blame men who don't want to see a woman if she didn't have so much dumbasses who paid to see something that you can see for free. Oh, I agree.
I just think it's mucked up.
Lotus said, Ryan, the fake booby. I am serious. I will buy one. And I will have the skimpiest top you've ever seen with them on. Ryan's laughing. Mike said, I got to step out and do a Carlo. I'll be back. All right. Maria said, why dying anyway if you have American passport? You don't know. You don't have to go only to heaven. You can go anywhere. Yeah, I can barely afford to go to heaven. Jenny said, hey, your dad keeps on eating apples. You may have a 6-pack at the end of the month. Make me whistle. Woohoo! Lotus is laughing at Mike. Maria said, Pops, WTF, 1 or 2 bananas is enough. Don't bring too many. Motherfucker, you cannot make her happy.
Who said that?
Maria.
Oh, kiss my ass. I'm sorry. You don't want me, I'm sorry. No. I ain't eating ice cream. I'm not drinking drinks. I've not even eaten no damn sausage, bacon, any kind of meat. Rough. I've not stopped at no damn, I've not eaten no processed food. I've not eaten anything from fast food. All I've eaten is fried egg sandwich, these fruits, and the graham cracker and peanut butter that Jane sent.
Annabelle said, I was hoping you would get that. We got you. DeRay said, all right, you both take it easy. Have a nice and good evening. Have a nice and good evening, everyone in the live stream. Talk to you later, Pop. Take care of your health because we all love you.
Thank you.
Lotus said, just so you know, I'm ripping that clip and posting it everywhere. Please collaborate with us on YouTube and invite us as collaborators if you post on Instagram and Facebook. That way we can all share in the love. That's the least I can ask of you. If you post a clip of something that's ours, is please make sure you collaborate with us because it helps us, helps you. But you're more than welcome to do that.
We're here to help.
Yep. Jenny said at the end of the day, I seen a different light of you yesterday. Me, when you've got an art of gold, you may come across aggressive, but in a good way, but you got a heart of gold. Well, thank you, Jenny. There is a side of me that nobody wants to see, that a few people have seen and they don't like it. Maria said, Pops, it's healthy, but not that much. It's a lot better than Pepsi's and damn Snickers bars.
What
Look,
the
it's
hell
a-
did they eat back in the day? Now, but change subject. That's going to be a controversial
Okay,
subject.
Lotus said, "Oh shit, Pops is triggered." Oh, you're on Annabelle. She said, "I'm gonna put that on the side of the Ram, the Reaper." There you go. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on, you bald motherfucker. I have done good all the way up until this of not dropping any F bombs.
Let's see. You said I was at Annabelle down here.
Yep, Annabelle.
Oh, you got it. All right. Maria says, my cat bite me. I'm getting abused.
I hope the cat bites you again. You deserve it. Trying to find my keys. I bet you they're in my pants.
Yeah, take your pants. Lotus said, I'm going to use the Family Guy Chris audio.
Yep.
Would you do me, I do me for your clip? Gray says, damn right.
Damn skip. All right, love you guys. Goodbye, everybody. Can you hear me? Am I getting ready? Love you.
Love you, be careful.
Hey, don't forget to put the mower up and lock the roll up for us.
What roll up door?
The one that is behind Zelda.
All right, all right, all right. Do I have my phone? Let me get my phone over here so I can. Oh, we got 13 people in here. 26 thumbs up. Gray says, what just happened with him yelling? He always does that when he starts to leave. It's part of his exit mode. Oh. When he stood up, I snatched his pants down. He don't like that. He had his shirt on, so nobody's seen nothing. But he gets very irritated at me, like when I do that to him. That and put water on him. He can't stand it. Damn, y'all were doing good. Grayson is laughing. Y'all all quit talking because I come on. And Annabelle, I think that's a good idea. I believe that would be good. I'll tell Randy to do a picture of it and send it to you. Lotus said, I'm still doing good. Maria said, my grandma called me yesterday. She said I have to go tomorrow to her house to help her because she's going to have her friends over. There you go. Lotus said, how's the sign? Somehow in moving the stuff around, I lost one D-ring. So if I don't find it, I'm going to have to go buy another pack just so I can get that D-ring. And then I got 3 more holes to drill to put the D-ring on and the piece of metal that's supporting everything in the back of it. And then I need somebody to hold the sign while I drill into each board. And once I get that and all that tightened up, the sign will be ready to go on the building. I'll have to have some help. Yeah, it's probably going to take 3 of us to do it. Lotus said, sounds like a lot of cleaning, Maria. Alexis said, 5 and 27. Maria said, yeah, we quit talking and go to talk to your American passport. Yep, a lot of cleaning, but she's going to feed me a lot. Grandma's love language is food. Yeah, that's, I remember going to Grandma's, there was always a table full of food. Seven people in here, 27 thumbs up. Let's see. Chris said, "What's your best memory with your grandma?" Well, my grandma on my real daddy's side, she used to make me those ice cream floats. I remember that going over and seeing her. She'd always make us those ice cream floats. Um, on my what I call daddy on his side, she always we didn't get along that good, but she always made me a 12-layer cake when we'd come over. It was I always like it was white cake with or vanilla cake, however you say it, with chocolate icing, and it was 12 real thin layers of cake. And whether she did it for me or not, I don't know, but she always had one cooked for me. And then on my mama's side, um, she was unique. I loved her, don't get me wrong, but we never did a lot together. She put a pool in, and then she bitched about us kids having fun in the pool. So I don't have a lot of memories, fond memories of us doing things together. Jenny said your son is like Mike. You might have a liking or you don't, and tonight he will brilliant because he's swearing as non-existent. He cheated everybody with respect, and most of all, he was absolutely hilarious. Yeah, it does good for him to get on here and do some stuff sometimes. I think I did a good job raising him. Lotus said my grandma was mean. She yelled at me for shoveling their driveway and car one time. Wow. Lotus said salted and everything. She told me someone was going to slip and fall because I shoveled. Damn. Excuse me too. Yeah, cuss me too. Damn. Now, I went into my grandma's house one time on my real father's side, and she was a closet drinker. You wouldn't see her. She always had her stuff hid, but she got mad because I didn't come see her enough, and she went to cussing me and carrying on. And I had Randy by my side and Stephen in my arms because Stephen was young, and she was just laying into me. Randy didn't know what to think. He was looking at me, and Stephen just laid his head on my shoulder because he didn't know what to think. And I told her I wasn't going to stand there and listen to that shit, so I left. And it was years before she finally called my work one time and had them to call me, tell me to call her. So I called her, and she wanted me to come over and see her. She needed to talk to me. So I went over there. As soon as I walked in, she said, I guess you can see I can live without you. And that pissed me off. And I said, I guess you can see I can live without you too, and I'm not listening to this shit. And things changed between us right then. She said, she told me, she said, Randy, I'm dying. I said, Grandma, you've always been dying. As long as I've known you, you've been dying. I said, God don't want you and the devil won't take you. And no, I said, God won't take you and the devil don't want you. And she just laughed, but we got along good after that. Jenny said, Maria, where are you from? Do you have a YouTube channel as well? Beth said, do you have a blood pressure monitor, Randy? Yes, I got it. It's right. I went and bought a brand new one. Well, hell, there it is. Yeah, I went and bought a brand new one. I had a couple people told me I could use theirs, but I figured if I used theirs and somehow I broke it, I got to buy a new one anyway. So I might as well just go get me one. And I'm doing a log here of the date, what time, AM, PM, what test it is and what it is, and my pulse, and when I take my medicine. So I'm keeping it all down right here so I can show it to the doctor. Maria said, Jenny, I'm not from Earth. Jenny said, that's what I was trying to get across. Me, I don't know you from Maiden. I've only known you for a couple of weeks since I've been in here, but you come across as a decent guy, and the way you raise your kids, you should be proud of yourself. Granddad, keep up, and good and good work, respect. Thank you, Jenny. I do. I have never had any troubles out of any one of my kids. I've never had any kind of negative things. You know, everybody has their problems, don't get me wrong. But I got some good kids. So, yes, I am proud of myself for it. Maria said, my grandmas are so sweet. I love them, but I don't love them because they're the reason my parents met and got married, because my grandma used to be friends. Jenny said, Maria, sorry for try with you. Maria said, what, Jenny? Lotus said she apologized a few days later. Then she realized she had the cleanest walls on the block. Carlos says, I'm back, y'all. Welcome back, Carlo. Safa will be here at the end of the live. All right. Beth said, very good. Proud of you for making changes. Well, I'm, again, I've always been there for everybody else. I've never been in the hospital. I've never had anything really wrong with me. So I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This scared me. And it's nothing. It could have been a heart attack, and I need to keep my CDLs for my personal use. So I had already quit ice cream, and before this happened, I had already quit drinks. But I knew that the frozen dinners and the late nights, I knew both of them were bad for me, but like I said, I've always been okay. So I figure it's time to change something, and I'm going to make more changes. I just need a little bit more time. I do want to do a video on what just happened and why I'm changing and doing what I'm doing, and I'd like to put it out there. So I won't, if I can help somebody understand what I didn't understand, even though all y'all told me, I know, but it's hard, it's different. I've always been one that can just make it happen. And this didn't happen. So I'm going to make it. I'll make the changes. But thank you. Maria said, sorry for what exactly? Maria, I don't like to speak for people. But a minute ago, she asked, where were you from? And you said you were not from the earth. So she might have took it just a little bit off, because you didn't want to tell her where you're from. I don't know that. I'm just guessing. Reading the comment, knowing what's said back and forth. Lotus said, did it say walls? It meant walkway, sidewalk. I figured that's what you meant. But I didn't know if she had a wall beside of her driveway or not, but I figured that's what you meant. Lotus said no CDL, no Vivo. Yes, I would definitely have to figure out a way to tag it as a motorhome. Right now it's a private coach, not for hire. So I don't have to stop at the way stations and stuff. I don't have to run the fuel sticker. I don't have to do none of that because the way I got it, and I'm pulling the toy hauler with it with living quarters. So if I don't keep my CDLs, I'm definitely going to have to do something different. Maria said, girl, oh, wait a minute. Maria said today's video was very good. I liked it. Well, thank you, Maria. We've been holding all that for a couple of days, and ever since we got the cars. But yes, Randy did a good job on it. Maria said, girl, I'm just kidding. Sir AM return. Oh, Real said, Sir AM return. Welcome back. Maria said, I'm from Iraq. Iraq. Real said, sadly, I arrived with no problems in France. Well, I'm glad you didn't have no problem. Jenny said, if you're on the members wall, what happens do you get any perks of the channel, or what happens you just on the members, please say. We do have the members wall here. Normally, the computers back there, and every live you can see the members wall, and the wall. We got a members wall out at the road, so anybody going by can see the members that have supported the channel. Now this is for active members that's in here, that goes on here. Everybody that has helped out and everything on the wall, out at the road, has stayed up. I've not taken anybody's name down, even if they're not still, contributing. But eventually, when we get this set up and everything is cleared, there will be. In order to come here and do things, you got to be a member. That way, it's going to be different than, it's not going to just be open to the public. It has to be a member to come in here and do what we're trying to do. And for those that can't come and be a part of it because they're too far away or stuff, we do try to, we want to try to do things for them, but we just haven't got everything ironed out yet. Maria said, yes, keep filming videos for days. It's better like this. Real said, I won't stay in Morocco. Oh, damn it. I'll think in just a minute about how everybody put it out for me. But it's life, sir. That's right, it's life. Lotus said, Vivo and the burnouts. Lotus says, you get emojis. Yeah, you do get emojis when you become a member. Your name's green. And you get to pick all these things to come from. There will be more when we get more into it. I am one that wants to give back to the people. I go in the hole if you don't stay a member for at least 3 months. The names cost me $5 a name to put it in here and out there. So every time somebody becomes a member, it costs me $10. So you have to be a member for 3 months for me to make anything. Alexa said 12.29 the car, and Daryl's been a member for 13 months. Thank you very much, Daryl. Alexa says car. Lotus says I'm number one. Cool. Alexa said 12.29. Carlos said, what's up, Daryl? Lotus said, ooh, Cootie ain't here to steal it. Yeah, she's evidently they've been working her pretty hard. She ain't been in the last couple nights. Carlos says, I'm here though, Lotus. Daryl said, big. Carlos said, got a bunch of emojis. Lotus said, okay, note Carlo is here. Jane said, I'm here finally. Real said, sir, if you see GTA 6 leaks, I think you will disappoint if you like GTA. I don't play games. The kids do. They said something about trying to teach me how to do playing some online games and stuff like that. I would like to get one of those simulators and drive on it because I do like doing that, but I don't have time for games. Lotus said, don't you steal from me, Carlo. Daryl says at $5, your share is $2.80. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. So it takes, well, what did you say? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, well, If that's the case, it takes 4 months then. I have never figured out exactly what it is. I just know they take a certain amount at $4.99, but that means I'll go in the hole for 4 months. So the people that come in and donate and get their name up, it does cost me, but it's fine. I want them to be a part of it if they want to. Mike said, "Hi, Jane. It's about time you miss all the excitement." Lotus said, "If you do a hundo so we can get a burnout." Yeah. Lexi said 13.29. It don't have to come from one person. If everybody give $5, as long as it gets up to 100, we'll figure it out. Lexus 13.29. Lotus says, "I like GTA. I don't like that it would be out for PC until 2 years later." Real said, "Sir, I am very disappointed. 13 years of develop and $2 million for this very bad game." Yeah, that would be a deal if I was into it and it cost people that kind of money. Carlos said, "I won't steal from you, Lotus. You number one. You're on fire." Alexa said, "Just," and Real said, "Lotus, sir, don't buy watch leaky it bad." Lotus said, "No, do it, Carlos. Send a hundo." Jane said, "I missed excitement? Question mark, question mark." Lotus said, "Hey, Jane." Mike said, "No excitement, Jane. I was just teasing." John said, "Cubs over Sox 2-0. Jane said, "Bunch of 6-year-olds running around like bees. Kids soccer." Miranda, what? She must be on the world she on my mind for. Maria said, "Bye. I need to sleep early to go to my grandma's." All right, Maria, thanks for stopping in. Sleep well. And enjoy your grandma visit. Carlos said, "I can't, Lotus. I just spent $90 to ship something to the States." Lotus said, "Ouch." Jenny said, "Instead of calling you Pops, what's your real first name, please, so I can be respectful and call you that." The last question is, "Do you have any jokes you can tell it, please?" My real name is Randolph. I go by Randy. I'm a junior. Randy, my son, is a third. That's the reason everybody started calling me. Actually, Grandma Vic started calling me Pops, and it's kind of stuck. So it doesn't bother me. You're talking to me. It's respectful to me. You do whatever you want. You call me whatever you want. I don't care. But Pops seems to be sticking with everybody. And matter of fact, I put it on the car when that's the name I'm going with on the car and stuff too. And jokes are like my stories. They come and go in my mind. I can't think of one when I try to. But maybe I'll think of one and I'll spit it out. Carlos said, "Good night, Maria." Alexis says 12, 13, 29, dog, 1429. Lotus said, "Did you send me all your nitros?" Real says, "Sir, I am bought that stone from beach, and I don't know the name. I don't know." Real says, "I don't know the AM name. I don't know when I'm going to return." Carlos says, "Maybe one day, Lotus." Jane says, "Jenny, we call him Pops because his name is Randy and his son's is Randy. Lord, I call son R3 for Randy the third." Yes, and like I said, it's no disrespect. I don't take it bad anyway. So that's up to you. John said, "Car." Jenny said, "Jane, thank you." Lotus, I told my wife she was drawing her eyebrows too high. She looked surprised. See, there's your joke. Lex says 11:29. Jenny said, How old you, Jane? You were from? Do you have channel then?" Jane is 68, and she just has a channel. She doesn't do a channel like that, like we do. Real says, sir, this. Lotus, what's worse than raining cats and dogs when it's hell in Texas? Taxis. That's right. Jane said, Jenny, I'm 68. I have 4 children, 8 grandchildren. I'm a retired nurse. I was a nurse for 40 years. Daryl said, I started calling him R3, like 2 years ago? Yeah, I think that's about right. Jane said, I live United States, Ohio. Jenny said, if he called Randy and son called Randy, why did you say the third then? My daddy was Randolph Harris Hutchins. I come along, I'm Randolph Harris Hutchins Jr. So that made my real daddy senior. Randy is the third person with Randolph Harris Hutchins Jr. He couldn't be junior because I'm a junior. So he was the third. He's the third person in this family that has been called Randolph Harris Hutchins. Like I said, I'm junior, he's the third. Randolph Harris Hutchins. Real said, sir, so what his name, please, and need to learn English more. Yeah, Real, I do understand. I'm trying to make it out the best I can and read it. But my name's Randy, and so is my son's. Jenny said, respect you for being a nurse. Unbelievable. I don't know what it's like to be a nurse, America or England, where I come from, but oh my God, I respect you. I bet it was bad in the COVID times as well. Lotus said, my last girlfriend left me for a tractor salesman. She sent me a John Deere letter. Jenny said, and by the way, it's 1:30 in the morning here in the UK. Where I'm from. Man, that's early. Adam says, chair is dangerous. Rawr. Like I said, everybody makes comments, but there's only one person said they didn't like it. Lotus said, why don't cannibals eat comedians? Because they taste funny. And see, Lotus, he's quick on looking these dad jokes up. Real says, sir, I meant name of this. That's a seashell. But I think there's a name for that seashell, but I think it's called seashell. Jane said, Jenny, I've had many challenges in nursing, but I was honored to care for others. I love my job. Mike said, Lotus, you are on the roll. Jane said, is that a seashell? Jane said, conch shell. I know I'm saying it wrong. It's conch shell. What she said, Real? Real said, sir, that probably name I bought from beach to memory. Oh, okay. Well, they say you can stick it up to your ear and you can hear the ocean inside of it. Carlos said, oyster. Jane said, you said it right. Lotus said, why does it take pirates a long time to learn the alphabet? Because they can spend years at sea. They spend years at sea. Oh, okay, I got you. Alexa said yes, 9 and 29. But yeah, they say if you stick that seashell up to your ear, you can hear the ocean. Now, women's the same way. You stick your ear down there real close to the private part, you can hear, it's this one. You can hear it. You can hear the ocean. And if you turn your head over, you smell the ocean. I'm playing. Jane said, hey now. Lotus said, why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. Real said, sir, very interesting fact. Jane said, Pops. Lotus said, wow. Hey, I told a joke. 9 people in here, 30 thumbs up. Oh, me. James said, behave now, those young people. They'll learn it. Real said, you know a lot, sir. I've been around the block time before. Of life. Alexa said 10, 30. Nope, it's 8:35. Jenny said, what is Santa's favorite pickup line at the Christmas party? I'm jolly and I've got a full sack. There you go. Alexa said yes. Jenny said, I farted inside a local Burger King today. It was an absolute whopper. Jenny said, Pops, was listening to the story about your grandma while I was driving. Oh, really? Lex said 9 and 30. Yeah, she was a character now. One time, now my grandma lived by herself, and she used to get a call all the time from Olin Mills. And if y'all don't know, Olin Mills is a company that takes pictures, and they want you to buy a bunch of pictures from them. And they would call all the time and tell her, this is Olin Mills, blah, blah, blah. Well, she had got where she couldn't get out. Somebody would come get her and take her to a nail appointment or a hair appointment, but she was stuck in that wheelchair, so she couldn't drive. Well, she had had a bad day, and she was really feeling pretty anxious, I guess. And Olin Mills called. It'd been like the 3rd or 4th time that week that Olin Mills had called. She had asked him to quit calling, and she answered the phone. And when they said it was Olin Mills, she said, I am trying to die. Will you please leave me alone? And hung up on him. Well, Olin Mills called 911. She said she heard all kind of commotion. The fire trucks come flying in, and her sirens and carrying on, and she couldn't figure out what's going on. Then she heard somebody kick a door in, and the next thing you know, they started knocking on her door. So she got in her wheelchair. It took her a while. They kept knocking, and got out of bed, got in the wheelchair. She wheeled up there. She opened that door, and she tells the story so funny. But she said there was some firefighters there, and she said there was a little fat guy that come pushing his way through. That's what she'd do in her wheelchair when she's telling me about it. And he commenced to telling her about the what had happened, Olin Mills. She got to laughing because she told him they keep harassing her, so they told him that. And when they got there, they misunderstood. They thought it was the next door neighbor because hers was 169B, I believe. They kicked the door down to 169C and went in, and those people were on vacation. They wasn't even in the house, but they thought that they were going into a dead body. But she tells that story. She was so funny telling it. Carlos says it only smells like it when there's a pH balance in a woman's vagina. Jenny said, Jane, you got any jokes, please? Alexa said 11 and 30. Jane said, how did you sleep last night? Actually, I slept real good last night. I woke up one time during the night, and about 5 minutes before my alarm went off, I slept real good last night. Real said, no, forget to like and subscribe, please. Yes, please, everybody. Hit that like button. Lotus said, what did the elephant ask the naked man? How do you breathe out of that thing? Mike said, Carlos, sounds like you're a real connoisseurus. Jenny said, why isn't there ever a pregnant Barbie doll? Because Ken comes in a totally different box. I like it. Alexa said 2 and 31. Jane says, what did the grape say when the elephant sat on it? Nothing. It just let out a little whine. Jenny said, Jane, I like it. Ha ha ha. Carlos said, not really, Mike. I just learned from talking to Nurse Safa. Lotus said, what does one boob say to the other boob? If we don't get support, these people are going to think we're nuts. Sid's with the ADHD gamer says, hi. Hello, Sid. James said, Ola Mills drove us crazy back in the day. Yeah, they got on her day. I don't think they ever got no more calls after that night or that day. Hazel said, here, fishy, fishy, fishy. Jane said, hi, Hazel. Jane said, Pops, you need to have healthy snack before bed. It will help you sleep. Well, actually, right before bed, I had eaten an apple and I ate that one of them graham crackers with peanut butter, and that's what I had right before I went to bed. Now, I'm not saying that's what helped me, but what the night before I didn't sleep good at all, so I was real tired when I went to bed last night. So whether it did or not, I don't know. I'll probably have another one again tonight before I go to bed. You know, because the Grey Goose kind of relaxed me, helped me sleep, and I can't have it. And I'm probably just going to stop. If it's bad for my blood pressure, it's not like I enjoy drinking, so I don't care. I'll do something else rather than spending $50 on a bottle of liquor that, like I said, I don't really care to drink. Real said, sir, 393 subscribe. I'm close to 400. Awesome. Everybody out there, if they don't mind, jump over in there and help Real out and see if we can get him to 400. Sid said hi. Hello, Sid. Jane said hi, Sid. Sid said this Raccoon Gamer. Oh, okay. Hello, Raccoon Gamer. Hazel said, hey, Jane, got any more pickles? Nope. She's out. She's got one case. It's coming to me. Jenny said, why you call a Jenny when who named... Why you call a Jenny when who name is Jane? If I called her Jenny, I didn't mean to. I probably got you and her name mixed up. Sid said, I got me early birthday gift. I got a MacBook Neo. All right. Awesome. Jane said, Hazel just lined up more cucumbers. A guy has a wheelbarrow full of cucumbers. I told him I wanted them to make more pickles. Going to make some more to take to Pops. I have a case in the back of my car. Do you need any more jars? If you need some more jars, I'll get you another box headed your way. Carlos said, what did one tampon say to the other tampon? Ain't nothing, they are both stuck up cunts. Hazel said, okay, do I need to get ready because in case your back busts up? Beep, beep, beep. Jane, if you do, seriously, if you need some more jars, I'll get Randy to order you another case. Real says, sir, do you see comment on videos sometimes? Yes, every day. We always try to respond to everybody's comment. The only place we got is if you send something in our community page, it does not notify us, but we will find it eventually. But if you comment on a video, we do we read them and comment back to everybody. Hazel said, what do you call one ant? I don't know. Jane said, nope, I'm okay with jars. I think you have 4 or 5 at your house, right? Yes, I got them here. I had them in a box here. I was going to send them to you, but you said hold off. I do have to find them, but I got them here. Sid said, my grandma passed away Friday morning. I'm so sorry, Sid. We hate to hear that. Real said, sir, normally you get notification from YouTube Studio for comment. Yes, it tells me when somebody comments. Lotus said, did you hear about the man who got turned into a giant penis? He was a real dick about it. Jane said, Sid, I'm sorry. Hazel said, independent. I like it. Jenny said a husband and wife were trying to set up a new password for their computer. The husband types in my penis and the wife falls on the floor laughing because the screen displayed the error message. Jenny said error, not long enough. Error, not long enough. Jenny said, what do you call a horny cow? Beef jerky. Oh. You must have been like Lotus, look these things up on the computer. 12 people in here, 33 thumbs up. Jane said, you guys' jokes are great. Yeah, I like them. And we're at, oh, wait a minute. You know something? I need to go check out something right quick. Give me just a second, everybody. I forgot something. Let's see. Jenny said, not Google them. Mate told me them over a year. Oh, okay. Real said, sir, one day I reset password. My old password was brother. New password is gay, but PC says password can't be the same. Lotus said, what goes in hard and dry but comes out soft and wet? Gum. John said, even Tractor Supply has canning jars. Oh, really? James said, I went out to my son's today and helped him clean the garage. It's a mess, but I found a pedophile. Perforated frog and a dehydrated mouse. Ooh, oh man. Lotus said, a worm crawls out of a pile of spaghetti. It says, damn, that was one hell of an orgy. Sid said, my gaming chair fell apart. Well, this one's fell apart about 3 times. I've welded it back together each time. Jane said, Lord, good one, Real. Real said, based on a true story. Sid said, my birthday, August 31st, 2000. Cool. Please come back. We'll tell you happy birthday. Lotus said, that frog rubbed too much. Jane said, Sid, you'll be 26 at the end of the month. Woohoo! Your fallopian in the front of your brain will be fully developed by the end of the month. 9 people in here, 33 thumbs up. You'll be ready to start adulthood by the end of the month. You'll be a completely different person September 1st. You know something is not right. That volume's supposed to be off. I thought, man, I was hearing things. Jane said, all right. frontal cortex. Sid said, yes. Jane said, he'll be so much smarter. You'll be up there with us smart people then. We all got them all going now. Real said, Sid, sir, you gaming person? Question mark. James said, oh wait, he realized his parents really do know something? Yeah. It'd be about time to make that phone call to your parents to tell them you understand now. Sid said, yes. Raccoon Gamer. Real said, what game? You want to play a game? Jenny said, what did the husband say when his wife asked him to talk dirty to her in bed? The kitchen, the bedroom, and the laundry for starters. And that's how the fight started. Lotus said, what's the difference between a tire and a 365 used condoms? One's a good year, the other one's a great year. Woo! Real says, am look for person for 48 years. Sid said, Robux and GTA 5 and Fortnite and Minecraft. Real says, no! $13 people in here. 33 thumbs up. Real says, Gina's 49 years of search now. Real says, one day I will find a PVZ player. Matthew says, hell yeah. And said, hi, hello, Matthew. Hell yeah. Woohoo. Hope you're doing well, Matthew. Jenny said, why did Burger King get Dairy Queen pregnant? Because they completely forgot to wrap his Whopper. Jane said, what is PVZ real? Question mark. Good question, Jane. Since that I play PVZ but don't have games on PS5, Real says, Jane, Mama, it's a series of games. First game come out in 2009, very popular in 2010, 11, except until 2018. Oh, and I just realized it's in his name too, Real PVZ IMP. Sid said I play both. Sid, do you play and like on live stream? Do you play it on the computer or do you like screen record and then put it up? Lotus said, "Is it Plants vs Zombies?" Real says, "Wow, I'm crying full of emotion." Lotus, yes. Jane said, "Hey, You two should figure out how to play each other. I mean, together. Lotus said, I've played that a few times. Real says, oh my God, 2 people on the stream now. No PVZ. Real best day of my life. Woohoo! And it all happened right here at NDP Live. 14 people, 33 thumbs up. Lotus says, I've played a few times. I played that a few times. Real said, oh my God, 2 people in the stream. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, Jenny retracted. That's why it moved. Fix safe. I know the chat moved, but when you retracted it, moved it back, and I got lost. I lost my place. Real says, I have Goody and original PVC mobile. Jenny said, husband and wife decided to you. Okay. John said, God bless everyone. Yes, please. And God bless America. Jenny said, husband and wife decided to use a washing machine as their secret code word for when they wanted to be intimate. Later that night, the husband nudged the wife in bed and whispered, hey, honey, how? Lotus said, Goody game of the year. Real says, God save PopCap from the worst company ever. Sid said, I use my PC for live streaming on TikTok and I use my PS5 for streaming on YouTube. I was just wondering because I was trying to get Justin set up. He played some, I think it's a crazy ass game, but I've been trying to get him to do some lives playing on live stream on YouTube. Real said, Lotus, yes, very much real name. Jeannie said, got put joke. Lotus said, Pops doesn't know such things. Nope. Real said, my dad got disc Verizon of PVZ with Michael Jackson Zombie. Jenny said, I got put joke on after each other long one.
It has come that time again! The part we bid you all a farewell! Hey!
Real said, I'm surprised even after 17 years people still know. Real said, no! Lotus said, good night all. Never done projects. Thank you.
For the laughs and fun.
James said, take care all. Have a great night.
Late night grin, every wild little run. We're waving from the edge. One more round, one more cheer. Keep that good one close.
Sid said if he had PS5, he could get live on YouTube. Jenny said, this song class, love it. That's it. Should be number 1. Always consider joining the members wall. Members wall. For $4.99 a month for the whole world to see your name.
Only
$4.99 a month for the whole world to see your name. James and Jenny, they have some real good songs. We do have playlists out there. Carlos said goodnight, Pops. Y'all, good night, Carlos. Remember to do something today. You can smile about tomorrow. Remember to do something today. You can smile about tomorrow.
We look forward to seeing you next time. See you next time. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Real say good night, please, everyone. All right. Y'all have a good day, good night, whenever you watch this, and remember, keep it silly. Jenny said Jane good night, and Lotus said good night. Mike said good night. I'll say it again. Y'all have a good day, good night, whenever you're watching this, and remember, keep it silly. Thank y'all. Boston Bill said good night, y'all. Hello, Boston Bill. Good night.